we're live!
This stream will start with Christine's face.
Right in the middle of it. You said that. Hi!
Alright. Welcome everyone and thank you for joining us on the dropship. This evening, we're going to be playing a brand new board game one of our crew members got from Kickstarter. Mr. Larson, you want to tell us all about it?
No.
Yeah, it came in this box, and that's all I know.
Yeah, is that new?
These monsters on the back of it.
Now I'm poking things out.
Maybe?
Well, it's called Nemesis.
What?
Lockdown.
Yeah.
Yes, take the rule book. That is not something I want. Alright. Look at this. Insert contamination card here.
It's just like the thing. You ever play the Jumanji board game? Where you have a.
No, that game's terrifying.
I saw a movie about that one.
Yeah.
Why would I want to play that?
I thought that was the whole point. Don't play.
Well, they had that little red panel thing, and you had to put the cards underneath it, and then they say something different.
Oh.
Yeah, it's so cool. So you don't know what the things say until you do that. Don't eat that.
Do not eat desiccant silica gel. Throw away.
I'm not gonna throw it away.
I don't know, but something told me not to eat it. Kind of makes me want to eat it.
It's actually good to leave them in your games so they don't get damaged.
Do people paint these? Do they paint these models?
No, nobody's painted models since 1874.
Yeah.
That was last year.
Wow, these are scary looking.
There's a couple of them. Are you counting how many pieces there are over there? 'Cause it's supposed to be a couple of them.
That's kind of terrifying.
1,487.
I'm assuming you don't.
The box is like over 200.
Wow.
So 1487 is
Action deck. Action deck. Objective.
There should be instructions on how to open them.
Serious wound. That's a lot of cards for serious wound.
I'm keeping all the parts.
Place the board on the table.
What board?
The board?
I mean,
This
got
board.
I didn't see the board yet.
Jake's already bored.
Jokes.
Oh, dog, what are you doing?
Are you keeping these?
No. Unless
I'll
Jake...
pitch 'em.
Yeah, Jake, you gotta put the pieces back in those at the end.
Oh, okay.
No problem. I'm doing an unboxing on my
Do you want me to throw away the silica packet?
It's called a refund.
No. Put that back in the tray.
He's gonna eat it later.
No, they keep your games good.
Oh, that
Nice.
makes sense. I'm still trying to figure out if you're serious or not.
Yeah, I usually keep that stuff. I also put one in my guitar amp.
That makes sense.
Get in, like inside of it.
Use the basic side of the board as shown.
But we're not basic.
Basic side of the
We
board.
are anything but basic.
Right?
Is this it?
How do you know which side is basic? Does it
I
say?
don't know. It doesn't say.
Which one looks more basic?
I think this is it.
There's stuff on both sides.
There is stuff on both sides.
Hey, do we all get one of those?
Doesn't that look a little less basic? It's gotta look like that one. That's this side.
Yes.
Yes. I know they are very close to each other. See? This side kind of looks like this side.
Feels weird sitting over here.
But it's not.
I bet.
I've never been in a different chair.
This is your first time experiencing the wild side. Help!
I need help.
Throw anything and my dog runs after it.
That's what dogs are for. All right. Place the board on the table on the basic side.
That should fit nicely in the eye in the sky.
No, if we put it right here,
Nice.
and then what now? Place the following room tiles on the appropriate room slots as shown in the picture. A. The isolation room. Place it on the side without a room action up.
All of those get placed?
I'm guessing those are the room tiles because they have room labels on them.
Room labels.
These are people.
I'm gonna guess that some of these are room tiles because they have room names on them.
Room. They go fast.
Room. There's a bunch of different rooms. There's the emergency room and the laboratory. Control room. Control room. Jake,
What?
where's the room I'm looking for?
Which room are you looking for?
I don't know.
Well, then there you go.
Repository. Isolation room. Backup power supply. Found them. They're at the bottom.
Ah.
You knew what I was looking for.
I did. Mwah.
Is that the bottom?
Yeah.
Those are cool models.
This is a
Grief.
Yeah.
Nice.
place the appropriate room tiles on the slots as shown in the picture. I do see a picture, but it doesn't actually show where they go. There we go.
I think these are called Night Stalkers.
Mm.
There's a whole deck for Night Stalker weaknesses.
There's larva, creeper, adult, breeder, and queen. And that would be maybe an adult.
I think that's a queen.
That looks kind of queenish to me.
Yep.
Does she have a tiara?
She has a very bulbous abdomen.
A glare looking like thing. And a throne-ish looking
Very bulbous abdomen.
Isolation room goes on the board.
something in the back.
This guy looks like a bruiser.
Isolation. It says place this. Without a room action. So I think that's doesn't really define what a room action is, but I think that's it. And then back up power supply.
Christine, do you have Twitch on your phone?
I do.
I don't. Can you do a sound check?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, great.
And it sounds good.
Thank you.
And that goes right in this one.
Number 2.
Yes. And we're done. That was a really fun game.
Yeah, but that was great.
That was awesome.
Tune in next
As far
week.
as setup goes, it wasn't too bad.
Shuffle all room tiles with a 2 without looking at their fronts and randomly place face down one room tile, 2, and each of the room slots marked with a 2 on the board.
Oh, so you get to they're random. It's not the same base every time then, or whatever this is, which makes sense.
Does it though? Because I feel like if you actually built a base, it would probably stay pretty static. I've never been to a base.
Never been to a base.
I've been to multiple bases.
And did they stay the same when you went back?
Boy, there's a question.
Uh-oh.
Mostly, but not completely.
Oh.
Because I had gone over a span of about 20 years, and remodels were done. Buildings were torn down.
Spooky.
So, mostly the same, but little changes here and there.
They mostly say the same. Mostly.
And then one base just closed completely, and they flattened it, and it's no longer there. So, no, they did not stay the same.
Okay. This is an accurate game. The bases change over time, randomly due to hexagons placed on them. I'm not supposed to look at these, but I want to keep them with it.
Should I just start shuffling each of these decks?
All right, Christine, can you shuffle through these? And then you're going to put yours face down on the ones with the 1 marker, and I'll put mine on the ones with 2 marker. I don't think so. Sometimes with some games, they'll have like a specific like starter arrangement for your first time through. So they don't want you to like shuffle certain things, and if there's like meshing cards or something like that, I don't know.
You took 2, right?
Yep.
I'm taking the 1s.
Yep.
So.
Like that.
Oh,
Single
that-
lines.
Single line.
Single line indicates a 1.
I was
wasn't-
looking earlier
I was-
for the ones.
I
2
was-
consecutive single lines indicated 2.
I wasn't sure. There seems to be a lot of 1s here.
Mm-hmm. I don't think all of them will be placed.
Oh, not all of them?
No, you're gonna fill up all these things.
Oh,
but
okay.
I think you might have some left over.
I see what you mean. Nope. No
Well, I
left
do. Ah!
None left over. Yeah. None
Well,
left.
this is the basic side of them. You might have more on the advanced side.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That was probably the smartest thing I'll say all day.
Nice.
I just spent it right there.
Take the underground exploration tokens, shuffle them without looking at the fronts.
What does the underground exploration tokens look like?
Jake.
Oh, sorry. Spoiler.
I'm trying to figure that out.
I got all the tokens arranged. I just don't know which ones you would like.
Underground exploration. It's the hexagonal tokens.
These here with the different numbers and symbols on them.
Yes.
Okay, what would you like done with them?
There should be 20 of them.
Yeah, there's about 20 here.
And then they need to be put face down and shuffled.
Oh, okay. So after I arrange them, yeah. Now we're gonna unarrange them.
We'll randomly arrange them.
6, 7, 8. I got more than 20 here. I'm betting these ones don't go in with the other ones because they're different colored.
Just the question marks?
Well, they're the other side of these. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Oh. 19, 20. Yep, I was correct.
There's one more right there. Yep.
So yeah, there's 20 here, and then there's different colored ones here. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 more of different colored ones, which I imagine are used for the other side.
No.
Or differently. I
And
don't
it could be something else too.
know.
Don't know what they are.
Okay, what would you like them now that they're mixed?
It doesn't say specifically where to put them. It says shuffle them without looking at their fronts and place 1 token at random face down on each unrevealed room tile. So all of them except for the ones that are revealed, like this one or that one or that one.
I see. Okay. So just on top. Like that.
Mm-hmm. Place the elevator, main gate, and rover on the board as shown in the picture.
Elevator.
The elevator will go right there at SO2. And it goes outside like this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm guessing that's a rover.
That is a rover. Christine, that'll go right there at that little driveway next to that room. Yep. You could have it facing like it's driving in, according to the picture. Yep. It's not done just like this.
Okay.
It could be done some other way.
Oh, we're on a vehicle?
There's 4 extra.
No, there's just a rover there. So we got the rover and the elevator. We need the main gate.
That's a raccoon. I'm guessing that might be a main gate.
What is this? No. No. Yeah, I think this is it. That'll go right there. Main gate. Shuffle and place randomly. Power tokens.
Token master.
What do we think power tokens are?
How many are there?
4 power tokens. They're those squares like
These
that.
here,
Yeah. So it says shuffle and place randomly power tokens. 3 in the sections slots and 1 on the elevator token. Tokens numbered 1 and 2 should be placed blue side up. Tokens number 3 and 4 red side up. The blue side of a power token means that the corresponding facility section is powered.
Okay.
Shuffle and place randomly power tokens. Alright,
So 1 and 2 need to be blue side up. 3 and 4 need to be red side up. So.
and then we'll just have you do the first one on the elevator.
The elevator?
Yep.
Oh, we got a red on the elevator.
And then the second one will be here. The third one can go, there. And the last one goes over there.
Okay. Cool.
See, page 24. Oh, jeez. Tokens numbered 1 and 2. Yeah, we got that. Take the CSS tokens, shuffle them without looking at their fronts, and place 1 token at random on each slot on the time track. I'm guessing that's the time track on the right over there with the numbers.
The CSS tokens, what are...
They're important.
They are important.
Carcass token. 3 special room tiles. 11 doors. No function marker. 11 doors. Oh, okay. CSS tokens are the ones that say like launch and those.
These here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you gotta like put them on the side where you can't see them. CSS. Oh, they say it on the back. Jay.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then there's these little markers like that.
Oh, okay.
So they'll just randomly go on those. Bloop. Bloop. This is starting to look kind of cool. Place the Night Stalker's laboratory board.
I got it right here.
That goes next to the board and place the following components on the corresponding slots.
Is there one more thing that I'm not seeing?
No.
You got 1 extra. Okay. All right. So where do you want the laboratory board?
Right about where you had it. That's good there. You don't have to have it. It actually shows it separate from the thing.
Okay.
So I
Separate.
want it like that. Then we need 5 egg tokens in the nest slots and 3 random Night Stalker weakness cards.
That's me.
5
Egg tokens.
egg tokens in what slots on the card?
Yep. I don't know where they go. Oh, they go in the nest portion.
Oh, okay.
So if you put it there in the top right corner
Yeah.
of the thing. 3, 4, 5. We counted.
Yay.
Everybody's proud of us. All the remaining weakness cards will go back in the box. Change. In contrast to Nemesis, the first weakness card is revealed from the start of the game. However, it cannot be used until players research an object or are playing a Nemesis survivor. More on weaknesses. See knowledge and weaknesses, page 23.
Here are 3 random Night Stalker weaknesses.
Alright. Christine, would you be able to place those on the thing? The one that's on the left slot will be the one that is face up. We're gonna put
That
nope. You're gonna have 1 on each of those 3.
okay.
And the first one on that left side will be face up.
So this one.
Yep. You're a puppy. Ah! Take the intruder bag. Intruder.
intruder bag.
Do you have a bag of any kind?
There's this bag.
Oh,
Intruder.
that looks intrusive.
Take the intruder bag and
Does
put
say
the
Nemesis
following
on
intruder tokens aside. 1 blank for larva.
Lavar.
Lavari.
Lavari. Oh, that's French.
1 creeper, 1 queen, and 3 adults.
If I remember correctly, that was a queen.
Yep.
Adults. You said 3 adults?
I don't remember. 4 larva, 1 creeper, 1 queen, 3 adults.
4 larvae. Oh. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I got the 4 larvae, 3 adults, and 1 queen. What am I missing?
1 creeper.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
And then the blank one?
blank 1.
Okay. Bag 'em up. Bag 'em up. Good to go. Paper, plastic.
Then add 1 additional adult intruder token for each player taking part in the game.
4.
4.
4 more adults. 1, 2.
4 grown-ups.
Oop. Yeah, we don't want that one.
Wow, should we do 4 or should we do 5? In case Corey comes back.
Tonight or in the future?
Well, I mean, if we had 5 and had 1 person play an extra character, then if he does come back, we can be like, all right, this is where we're at, and this is...
Oh. Okay.
And like adding someone in brand new, going from 4 to 5.
Well, I guess if we
I
die
know.
with 1 extra guy, then we'll know that was a wrong idea.
All right, so who's gonna play the extra tune?
Or we could just try to deal him in later.
I have multiple personalities.
I don't have a clue how the game works. So.
I don't know either. Yeah, let's get through it and then make a decision later. Worst case, we put in 1 more token.
I put the 5th one in there. You want me to take it back out?
Yeah, stick it out. The rest of the intruder tokens are placed next to the board. They will be used during play.
Okay.
Yeah, you can put them right over there. Place the intruder carcass tokens next to the board as well. They will mark killed intruders. They look like intruder carcasses, I guess. It's these, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Carcass.
Carcassia.
Yes. Shuffle and place the following decks face down next to the board.
Ooh, that's your turn.
3 items, each with its own color.
3 items, each with its own color?
Yeah, there's 3 different items.
Oh, yeah. I see crafted item. We got a blue, green, and a yellow item.
Mm-hmm. Crafted by the...
You said 3 of each?
There should be 3 item decks.
Yes.
So shuffle those.
Okay.
And if you need to enlist people to help you, you are allowed to do so. Everybody also gets
Tom Sawyer was my favorite book. I know how to do that.
It's a good song.
Items.
Oh, there's more than just those cards in here.
Oh, are there? Whoopsie.
I'm gonna be number 1.
You're number 1.
Do you want 2, 3, or 4?
2.
2.
2 different colors of item cards.
So we have 4 item colors.
Oh no! Shuffle 3 of them. I don't know.
Does it show what colors? I'm
It
guessing
says-
I'm guessing it's excluding the crafted item.
It says shuffle and place the following decks face down next to the board. 3 items, each with its own color. Night Stalker event, Night Stalker attack, contamination, and serious wound decks.
Okay.
Place the crafted item deck next to the 3 item decks.
Okay. So where would you like your decks?
I don't know, I guess out back. Nobody wants a deck out front.
Over there.
Yeah, so just starting right there. Looks good. Next to the elevator.
There's that one.
It's slowly running out of table.
I know, and this is a huge table.
Real estate's at a premium
The
right
table's
now.
4 by 6.
Yeah, how am I gonna
How would
Play
a
it.
normal person play this game?
with a big table? Do you have the Night Stalker event?
Night Stalker event. I have event serious ones. These are events. It's probably buried in one of these.
Okay. What's this?
Quest item.
They like to put multiple packs.
This is not one of the ones that it's referred to.
Yeah, but it might be in there.
I'll take the serious wounds.
Get the knives over there.
I already bit it.
Starting
You have to give the cards a little kiss, and that's how they know that they're ready to game with.
Action. All the way through.
Here.
So use this one.
Here are the quest items. And then the starting items. But there's some starting items missing. There's only 4 here.
Uh-oh.
Means they're mixed in somewhere else.
One of the characters.
The starting items.
How many were there supposed to be?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're missing 2. So
It's not in that one.
Would you like to open them?
They have a different backing, right?
yeah, well, yeah, it's got a picture of the
Okay.
Help cards. Neat.
Not in here.
double check these.
This is pass.
I wonder if the quest items are supposed to be in with a different color.
Oh, neat. You get a... You are this player.
I don't.
Kyle, what number does it say on your little bar? Jake is number 4, so you are number 3. There you go.
Alright. So
That's for Jake.
Yay! You are player 4. Booyah!
3 is my favorite number.
It's a magic number.
but everybody likes number 2.
3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27.
Who does
30.
number 2 work for?
Oh, wait a second. Oh, great. I just realized this is like 3 packs. Dang it.
Oh, no.
I'm guessing these are gross.
Well, yeah, we gotta choose what we're gonna. We're not there
I see this person has a very large weapon. I think I might like to be down.
Alright. So we have Mars Surface, Night Stalker, and Event.
There's no way these are staying in this. Oh.
I think these are the larvas.
The virus?
Come on. I don't want to break you.
Yes. Indeed.
Yes, I would concur.
Babies!
Scary little babies.
Alright, so do we have the 3 items? Yes. We have the Night Stalker event,
There's Night Stalker and Event.
and then you have there's Night Stalker attack. There should be one that
Oh.
says Night Stalker event.
This one just says events.
That's not okay.
Nope. It just says Night Stalker attack.
Okay.
These all just say Event.
These also just say.
Let me see them.
Yeah, they just say Event.
I think these will go with those events. Does they look the same? Do they look
No.
the same? They don't look the same.
No, they don't.
So then we won't mix them quite yet. What about under those actions? We checked through there to see if there's Night Stalker or whatever.
Is Night Stalker Event? Because this one says Night Stalker attack.
Yeah, we're looking for Night Stalker event.
This deck is clear.
Unless it's on Mars Surface that I missed.
I don't think so.
It's just Mars Surface.
The action's clear.
Okay.
This is a gun turn.
I got it.
I don't know gun.
I guess we can't play.
What?
What?
I don't know. Where's that one at? Maybe we'll find it later. Is there more stuff in the box?
That wasn't my job.
Negative.
What the hell?
It just says event.
I know. This is there.
There's no way that it's like a misprint and it's supposed to be whatever Night Stalker action is.
Oh, okay. Because I'm guessing they just don't say. And then there's probably some kind of variance with the pictures on the back. Cards, 60 action cards, computer, objective cards, 9 personal and 9 corporate. Contamination, serious one, Night Stalker attack. Okay. So these very obviously are the Night Stalker event.
Very obvious. And then that's good to have. Very obvious things.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mr. Obvious.
And then we got the Night Stalker attack cards. Do you want to put both of these next to the Night Stalker board over there? You can just put them on that side, yep. Just like that.
On either side, or
No,
just
just
the
like
other
that. I think it's fine.
That's amazing. It's like you've done that like before.
What are these other event cards? Tell me. Book. Co-op
Tokens too.
objective serious ones. Night Stalker attack event.
There's an veritable army here.
There's 20 of these. These are intruder events.
Intruder alert.
Intruder events. Place the crafted item deck next to the 3 item decks. Place the scanner next to the contamination deck.
What's the scanner look like?
That's the scanner.
Oh.
Neat. Where's the contamination then?
Wasn't that a room?
No, there's a deck, and I think it's those.
Serious wound.
Those are the crafted items.
I told you that already. These are quest items.
Yeah, those should all be quest items in the pile you have.
Okay, item. There's too much stuff. What did you do with the contamination deck, Jake?
Oh, man, the contamination deck, you mean the one I set on fire as soon as I saw it?
It's probably a picture.
See, computer actions, objective, character draft.
How many contamination cards are there?
So they're mixed into the action deck.
Oh, okay.
So there should be 60 action cards.
Oh, sure.
The contamination cards will have a little invisible square that you can't see.
Oh, so it'll be real easy to detect.
Yeah. Because it'll have this block that you can't see what it says. It'll just be this weird shape. Can I see that?
Yeah.
Yep. There's a lot more than 60 because I got 47 in this deck.
No, there's 60 of the ones that we're looking for.
Oh, okay.
Or there's 60 somethings.
Into something.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Contamination. There's 60 of the action cards, temper character, and then there's like 27 contamination cards, and there's like other ones that do stuff too. Because there's lab rat survivor, contamination, pilot.
That sounds like a band name, Lab Rat Survivor.
Can I see the other action deck, please? Alright. The regulars.
into the garbage check.
Alright, so.
There's one right here.
Grazie.
That's Italian. I've been playing a lot of Assassin's Creed 2. So.
So you've been murdering Italians.
Well, and speaking in Italian while I do it.
It's the only way to do it. I mean, you gotta partake in the local culture if you're gonna work.
So these go in there. Wow, and then you can see what they say. Neat.
That's what yeah.
I like that.
What's neat?
He used the scanner.
Oh. I hope that's something everybody gets to use and there's not like a scanner person.
Mm-mm. Well, it'll depend.
If you're alive or not.
Mm-mm. If you can see what it says in the box or not.
Oh.
It's not exactly the most visible, but it's cool. Put the scanner there, because we're going to be the only people using it.
Jerks.
And then place the other markers, tokens, and dice next to the board. So there should be fire markers, which are these.
Oh, that can't be good.
Fire. Things can burn. Entertainingly enough. This is nice. I like it when they give you trays.
So how long were you, oh
yeah, that's-
puppy.
Oh, did it bonk her on the head?
No, I didn't bonk her. It just fell next to her.
That's what she gets.
It's okay.
No, pay attention.
It's like, oh, jeez.
You're getting violent.
Yes, now you can have reassuring pets. Check the box. How long was the Kickstarter campaign?
I don't remember when I backed it. I think 2017.
Wow.
No, I'm just playing. I think it was 2018. 2019, somewhere in there. 2018. A lot of stuff got delayed.
I wonder why. Probably nothing related.
Yeah, nothing
Nothing happened.
significant happened in the last few years.
I can't recall anything big happening.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'd be okay if that's kind of the direction the world wanted to go in. It just...
It's fine.
All right.
I still have a wide variety of tokens. Which...
Yeah, you have spinners there. These things.
Oh, yeah.
Attached to those things.
Oh.
Those things.
That means Jake's got a job.
Yep, you got a lot of stuff to do.
I suppose I can give this knife back. It's just laying open in front of me.
You live
Somebody's
on
a bad Boy Scout.
I was a bad Boy Scout. I didn't get one merit badge.
Oh.
I just went to all the camping trips.
Yeah, merit badges are overrated.
What do you do with them? Eat them?
Says the guy who got a lot of merit badges.
The Scoutmaster would always get annoyed with me because I was a kid that just couldn't sit still in the meetings.
Yeah, they hate that. Place the alert procedure token. There's so many fucking tokens.
Is this a Euro game?
No. I don't like those. These doors, I need these.
Oh, the 11 doors?
Yes, 11 doors.
Sounds like a movie.
A horror movie.
Alright.
If it was a horror movie, maybe something like that.
Would one of you want to put these on the bases? Alright. There's these. Boop. Boop 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 boop. There's those. Alert procedure token, auto destruct token, and the venting token next to the board. They may be used during the game.
What do those tokens look like?
You're supposed to know this.
I am the token master. I possess the tokens. I do not
There'll
know
be
what
a
they
token with a exclamation mark on it.
Yeah, this one here?
Circle. Yep. Actually, those are. I think that whole stack is what
Yeah.
we're looking for.
Yeah. Okay.
Boink. No. You made a circle.
Circle, circle, dot, dot.
That's the time
Oh, I
token.
got my cootie shot.
We'll put these next to the board. Put that next to the board. Honk, honk.
I'm doing such a good job. I do a good job sometimes.
Oh, I have an extra. Is there another?
Oh,
Is there another one
Oh,
of these?
that's likely.
Just an extra?
Nah,
It
it
was
was
those-
probably just extra, yeah.
only supposed to be 11 doors. That's what I was
Yeah.
told.
2, 4, 6, 8, 11.
Interesting number to settle on.
It's a nice prime number.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Where do these go?
There. This will go red side up on number 15 on the side over there. The board setup is not complete!
Yay!
Is not?
Now complete.
Oh!
I still got stuff over here though.
Yeah, you do.
It says kill all the ones that send the signal.
Uh-oh. Well, we know what Jake is trying to do. Take as many help, contingency, and Night Stalker reference cards as there are players and deal one to each player at random.
And then there's this raccoon that's staring at me.
Help! There's these cards. They're not just any cards. There's that, and this, and that, and Jake!
This go in here?
Yeah, you could put it there probably. I won't be upset.
I'm gonna be upset.
I know. We'll talk about that later. Night Stalker contingency. What's the contingency ones? So, the help card. There's Night Stalker. There's the help cards. Night Stalker and contingency. I think. I don't know. Everybody's asking me things. These are contingency cards right here. There's one of those and one of those.
Still working hard.
All right. Each player gets one plastic inventory cards. Card holder removed from both objective decks, corporate and personal. All cards showing a objective deck, please. Need this. All cards showing a number of players higher than the number of players taking part of the game. It's 3. Somebody shuffled these. We weren't supposed to.
I say that. Dude, it was Kyle.
I don't remember shuffling.
That's convenient.
No, I don't think
Corporate and personal. And now we shuffle them. That. And you shuffle these 2 decks individually and deal each player 1 card from each deck. Keep the contents of these cards hidden from other players at all times. These are our little secrets. When any of the characters encounter an intruder,
1 card from each deck, right?
yep,
Okay. Extras?
Yes, there are. We'll take those. And these. And I'll put them here. When any of the characters encounter an intruder for the first time, all players will choose one of their objectives and discard the other. There's a good reason why players receive their objectives before the character drafts. Knowing your objective, you can pick a character that has the best chance to fulfill it. Ooh. Shuffle the contingency tokens and deal 1 to each player. Each player must keep the contents of their contingency tokens hidden from the other players. If you are playing a 2-player game, deal each player 2 contingency tokens. Place 1 contingency token face down on the active contingency side. We're not playing 2 players, doesn't matter. The remaining contingency tokens will be placed in an indicated slot next to the alert room. This is the neutral pool.
Okay, I got all the spinners done.
Proud of you.
What are we doing with the spinners now?
We're actually not using those because this is our first playthrough. No, I'm just playing. But I do need those tokens that are in your finger.
These here.
Yes.
We don't need them.
We haven't gotten to the part of the rulebook. Goddamn.
But you told me to assemble them. I thought we were ready.
Well, because you were
It
just
was
sitting
going to
there
take some
doing
time to
nothing.
assemble them.
Not as much time.
It's gonna take some time.
Jake knows how to assemble a spinner. As they all proceed to fall apart. Got one little extra piece.
Contingency tokens. You have 1 contingency token.
Ooh.
Contingency.
You can't look at it. No, I'm just playing.
Oops.
You have to keep these secret from everybody else, and then these will go here. Boink.
I thought you said setup was complete.
The board setup was
Oh,
complete.
you just put something else on the board.
I did.
That's a stupid objective.
But these are character things that then go onto the board. That's why. Shuffle out character draft cards. You have those in front of you right there. And the players choose their characters in the following order. Player 1, me, takes 2 random character draft cards, reveals them, chooses 1, and shuffles the other back into the character draft deck. Next, player 2 chooses their characters the same way, and then player 3, no. On these 2.
Don't pick the one with the big gun.
It's too late.
But you still have both of them in your hand.
Okay.
You did not reveal them to us.
What is that what it says? Takes 2 random character draft cards, reveals them, chooses 1, and shuffles the other back into the... So I have Lab Rat and Survivor. I'm going to go with this one, and then you can have this one back.
So then do you get the... You know, you give the
Do you
card?
tell us which one?
I chose Lab Rat.
Okay.
Do you get that
I
then?
didn't say to do that, but
I mean,
I'm hoping that's what we do now.
Well, yeah, because you can't really keep each other a secret. I guess.
Oh no, I am the one with the big gun. No, I'm just playing.
the one with the big gun might not even be good for my objective.
What's the
I
big
don't know.
gun?
I just was looking at
This one.
this guy.
Oh, that's me. Yep.
Is it?
Yep.
Starting to think the player 4 is going to get the shaft.
How would you think that wasn't the guy with the big gun? It's bigger than him.
No, that's the thing is I didn't see this.
There's
'cause
another
it's not
person
on
with a
here.
big gun.
Oh,
So I have.
That's also not a gun.
What is it?
a vacuum.
Is it a big beaker?
No, it's just like a pillar.
Oh. No, it looks like a gun.
It's not. It is just
Maybe
a.
a
It's like a
flamethrower?
pylon. that they're standing next to it. They're like kind of hiding and looking out from it.
So the two that I have is Survivor and Sentry.
Which one are you gonna choose?
Survivor.
I'm a survivor.
Here, Jake, you don't shuffle these and let me pick two.
Of course, because Jake goes last.
Maybe you get to pick from all of them.
No, it doesn't say that at all.
All right, I've got hacker and
Hacker man.
xenobiologist.
Wow.
Ooh.
Spell that. If you can spell it, you can have it.
He's
What's-
looking right at it.
Oh. I may not help him.
No.
Oh, wait, that's me.
I don't know how I would look at one and determine if it helps me with my objective.
I don't know either. Some of that's gonna come, with like knowing what you do.
Okay. I'm gonna choose hacker.
Hacker man.
It was here, and then I imagine just shuffle those up and I pick two. Janitor or xenobiologist? I'm gonna pick the janitor. Because that's what I'm gonna do.
Awesome.
So then do we want to pick one for the fifth player?
We took the token out of the bag, though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
What are the two left?
The sentry and the xenobiologist. You want to just set them over here?
Yep.
Facing these aliens with no xenobiologist.
Great. Yeah, no xenobiologist or a sentry.
That's probably my fault for not picking that.
That's who I'm gonna blame.
The sentry doesn't actually refer to like what the character does. It's just his age.
Yeah.
He just called you old.
I'm the survivor. I am the oldest in the group.
Each player takes the following components: the character board of the character chosen during the draft. Did that. The miniature
Oh.
of their character.
Which one do you need?
It looks like he's got a.
Yeah, I see it. This one.
It's a nail gun. That's what I'm told.
Christine?
It's a female holding a.
A pistol?
Yes,
Better choose it accurately.
that's the one.
And it looks like I've got a.
Holding a computer.
I think it's a data pad thing, yeah.
You have a color preference?
Oh, sure.
There's two remaining, right?
These
Yeah,
are the
I
colors
can
that
put
you
them on.
are all allowed to pick from.
What's left in your hand?
These two.
That's very helpful.
Oh, okay, good.
There's also this one.
That's fine. Good. Does this go just down the bottom of my
They
gun?
go on the guys. You gotta go into the ring. And that's how you know what ring color the guy has on its feet.
Oh, that's fine.
Make some non-skid.
Perfect.
He's got a monsters and imagine should be playing this kid.
Survivor, Lab Rat, and all characters from the Nemesis and the Aftermath expansion are considered Nemesis survivors. Any others are considered facility workers. So we are the Nemesis survivors. And then you two are facility workers.
The janitor, that makes sense.
So these are the alliances.
I just sweep the floors. That's all I do.
Right.
A lot of floor sweeping if there's carcasses all over.
Right? I do my job well.
The action cards deck of their character. Each player takes the following components: character board, miniature of their character, the action cards deck of their character.
What's this other objective card saying?
You're supposed to have two objective
Okay,
cards.
okay.
Naughty.
Is this what you mean by? Because there's some starting item cards here for a few of the characters.
Well, I just learned if this game was cooperative or not.
Yeah, you're gonna deal out the starting items of the characters as well.
There's only 4 of them here, though.
Well,
Because the xenobiologist and the sentry are here.
Okay.
And then the hacker and the janitor.
Yeah, the facility people get their starting items, and then the survivors don't.
You guys got those.
That's the janitor, sir. Take your cards.
I got this. Oh wait, do we tell people what we have?
I'm gonna guess not.
What, your objectives?
No, the weapon or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you
Is this
can.
something everyone can see?
Probably.
I have a smart gun. It's the opposite of a dumb gun.
Yeah, you place it face up in one of the 2 hand slots on your character board, except a xenobiologist. Afterwards, place the number of ammo markers equal to the item's ammo capacity on the item card. Some of the characters, e.g. Lab Rat and Survivor, start without any items!
These little red cubes, is that our ammo?
I don't know. I don't think so.
But the red one was fire.
No,
These are fire.
there's an actual flame for fire.
Oh, okay.
Very. Let's get through the thing that we are currently reading before we get onto the things that people want to ask
We're
questions
not
about.
It was about the ammo thing you just said.
No, I wasn't actually to that part yet. Somebody asked, and then
You're
we
supposed to
started
read his
jumping
mind.
ahead.
Come on now.
We're just supposed to know. Don't you know the rules of this game?
Naughty, naughty, naughty!
I studied up before we got here.
You could have.
So these are my hacker action cards.
There's a pilot. What? Where's the pilot one at? Pelote.
There's so much stuff.
I hope you're paying attention.
I got a nail gun. I'm gonna nail gun the hell out of something.
What am I doing?
Those are yours.
Oh, these are mine.
Of course, I'm not quite sure what kind of nail gun only has 3 nails in
So
it.
you have,
Here we go.
if you look on the left and right, there's an action cards deck
Yep.
and discard. So you'll put it on the action cards deck side. Then starting item card of the character if available and places it face up in one of their 2 hands, and then ammo.
There's more action cards here.
Yep, those stay there. Those are the contamination cards.
Gotcha.
Yes, the cubes. Go ahead and take your cubes now. Wait! And then quest item of the character.
I need 3
What's the quest items?
These things here?
Yeah, quest item of their character places it horizontal side up next to their character board. Those items are not active at the start of the game, but players can perform mini quests to unlock them during the game.
Hacker. Janitor. Who is this entry?
No one.
Survivor.
Christine.
Lab rat.
Yes.
Okay, so my quest item is a pressure washer. I'm really gonna get this bitch.
Under pressure!
This is my quest item.
Yep, so they'll go horizontal side up next to your guy somewhere. I'm putting one here. And then leave this spot for the action discard pile. Oh, it's indicating where the stuff goes with these letters. Place your knowledge token, inactive, with an empty flask side up on the laboratory board. If your character is facility worker, place it on slot 1 of the knowledge track, otherwise place it on slot 3.
What color is your little flask? Core? Green.
Mine's blur.
Blue?
Blur? Yes. Oh, maybe that's the color rings that we get.
Probably.
Oh, were we supposed to?
Which color is your flask, Chrissy?
Actually, red.
Yeah, I think Jake's done the wrong color on his character.
Shut up! Come on!
Is this the right color?
No. That's You got a blue one, but yours is purple. You actually.
Give me the right one.
You probably need this one, and I need the.
No, he's got the right color one.
Oh, I just needed a different token.
Oh, you need the token. I'm sorry.
Not the purple, the blue. The purple.
Not the purple, the blue. Not the purple.
Not the bottom.
I
So
need
there was another color ring that got left over. That's...
Yeah, it's like a brown, yellow-ish,
Green?
grosh.
Yeah, it's that.
You sure?
The peach ring?
I don't know.
Boop.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess so. Cantaloupe.
Melon, yeah.
Honeydew is the real money melon.
Right?
And then you can put the other ring back. Inactive with an empty flask side up on the laboratory board. Where's the laboratory board?
I guess this.
Thought it was that blue board.
Oh, the laboratory board over here.
This.
That'd be Hori Dory. So
The
everybody will-
laboratory.
If you are a facility worker, it goes on slot 1, which are you two, slot 1, and then Christine, you and I will be on slot 3. Because we are very much smarter than everybody else. Player 1 gets the first player token. Where's that at? Jake, give me the squirrel.
Is that what the raccoon is?
I think so, yeah.
It's a raccoon.
It looks like a raccoon.
Man, investigate it. It is definitely a raccoon
Rocket!
in a space suit
Rocket!
eating a sandwich.
Interesting.
He's on his brain.
I could really go for a sandwich.
Yeah, I like sandwiches.
I love sandwiches.
All right. Like,
Sandwiches.
Jersey Giant.
discard piles. Leave an empty
Punch
space
you
for
square in the
discard piles.
face. Right in the face.
Personally, Penn Station.
They're good. They're really good too.
Board description. Alert room. Number 1. So this is the alert room.
Alert.
2. Sections and like emergency staircases, which are numbered these ones. Emergency staircase. That's an emergency staircase, and that's an emergency staircase. The section numbers are like that one, SO3, SO1, and
That one too.
SO2. Yep, and there's another one. Active contingency slot, number 4. Oh, that's over there, in that very bottom corner of the right. I don't really need to go through all of these, I don't think. These are just for reference. Alright. Player goals and end of the game. The game of Nemesis may result in multiple winners, but it is not a cooperative game. While players can, and should to some degree, cooperate, each player has their own objective to fulfill. Other players achieving their goals are irrelevant to your own victory. To consider a player a winner, they must meet 2 conditions. They need to fulfill their objective, detailed on the objective card chosen by the player, and survive, meaning one of these 3 options. 1, lock their character in the isolation room with the facility not destroyed, or 2, use one of the cargo sending system pods to evacuate the facility, or 3, reach the bunker.
Okay.
Alright, objectives. Since completing most of the objectives require some knowledge of the game, for example, room actions, rules for destroying the base, CSS pods, functionality, etc., you'll find some tips below that may help beginner players to find the appropriate sections of the manual. Important. No matter which objective you choose, your character must survive the game. That means they must either get into a CSS pod and escape, run away to the bunker, or seal themselves up in the isolation room. Player X's character cannot survive. The character of the indicated player cannot be classified as alive at the end of the game. You do not need to kill them with any of your actions. They simply must be dead. You might want to trap this character in a room with fire or with an intruder. Maybe you can seek another player's help. You can also escape from the facility using the CSS pod or fleet of the bunker, abandoning the rest of the characters with fire malfunctions or the auto destruction sequence in progress and hope that everybody dies or the facility collapses on their heads. So that's an objective goal, would be character. Player X's character cannot survive. There's more in these different pages. Your character is the only survivor. No characters but yours may survive the game. No Nemesis survivor can survive. Nemesis survivor characters are Lab Rat Survivor and all original characters from the Nemesis and Nemesis Aftermath.
So are we playing an expansion?
Yes.
Ah.
But it's a standalone, so we don't need to have the other one. However, we did have the option of playing characters from the other one, if I would have brought it. And the expansion to the other one. If I would have brought that. But the box is like 50 pounds. So it's huge.
This is a good start, though.
It's as big as the dog.
We can only fit so much on this.
I was gonna say, we would need to have this outside.
Yeah. No, we're not gonna bring all of that. Sending the signal, you need to locate the transmitter control room and perform its room action. This room is always on the board. It'll be one of the rooms with the number 1 on its back. So we haven't revealed that one yet, but you need to send the signal from this transmitter control room if you got the thing. Is everybody looking at their objectives and following along?
Yeah.
Cool.
I know which one I'm gonna do.
Oh, you only have to pick one?
Well, one card.
Yeah, you're gonna pick one. There's discover a weakness. Weaknesses can be discovered by bringing in an object to the laboratory and performing the laboratory room action there. It doesn't matter if you're not the one who did the research, as long as the weakness has been discovered at the end of the game. Objects are intruder eggs, character corpses, and intruder carcasses. Intruder eggs may be found in the nest. The nest is always on the board. It'll be one of the rooms with the number 1 on its back.
Oh, so these are intruders?
Intruders, yes.
Okay.
They're icky and a little bit sticky from what I've read in the description. Yeah, so the laboratory's on board and stuff. Destroy the nest. The nest is destroyed when there are no intruder eggs left in it. Destroy an egg, inflict at least 1 damage to it, and remove its token from the board. The nest is always on the board. It'll be one of the rooms with the number 1 on its back. Finish the game with at least knowledge X. At the end of the game, your character must have knowledge X or more. So it's just like, you gotta have knowledge 3, and then you gotta have knowledge 3. Activate your knowledge token. Locate the archive and perform its room action to activate your knowledge token. The archive is always on the board. It'll be one of the rooms with number 1 on its back. All rooms and sections X and Y must be explored. The facility is divided into sections S01, S02, and S03, but the opposite direction. No, let's set that in, because that's 1,
That's
2,
one,
and 3.
okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Right.
When fulfilling this objective, all rooms in both sections mentioned on the objective card must be explored by the end of the game. So if you have, gotta flip all them tiles. First intruder encounter. When the first intruder miniature of any type appears on the board, each player discards one of their objective cards face down, removing it from the game. Then the encounter that triggered this procedure is resolved and the game continues normally. From now on, each player only has 1 objective left and they must work towards its completion and must still be kept secret from the other players. Note, players cannot look at the removed objective cards, and eggs are not intruders. First dead character. The first time a character or if any player dies, the facility's AI immediately opens the main gate to let the other workers escape. When the main gate is open, remove its token from the door or board. And that's the main gate over there. Where's the bazonker? Is it number 18? Oh, okay, so if the main gate opens, that thing is the bunker. That's neat. Isolation room. When the time token reaches a white number 8 slot on the time track, isolation room becomes usable. Characters cannot lock themselves in there before that moment.
So like here?
Yep. It's going to take several turns before we can do that. And then you can hit the button. Auto destruction sequence. The auto destruction sequence is initiated by performing the cooling system room action. There's a lot to this game.
Yeah, it feels like
With the other one that we played a little bit, yeah.
yeah. But we're all set up before the end of the first night, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The auto destruction sequence is initiated by performing the cooling system room action. If any character has done this, take the auto destruction token and place it 3 slots forward on the time track. There should be 2 empty slots between the time token and the auto destruction token. Place it with the yellow side up. During the event phase of the round marked by the yellow auto destruction token, the token is moved another 3 slots forward and flipped to the red side. When the time token is on the slot with the auto destruction token on the yellow side and has to move further, the main gate is automatically opened. Remove its token from the board. And the characters can no longer stop the auto destruction sequence. So you have until you hit the yellow side of the auto destruction sequence on the time track to disable it. The auto destruction token moves just after the time token, so after resolving this step, there should be 1 empty slot between these tokens. The main gate should also be open at this moment. During the event phase of the round marked by the red auto destruction token, the facility is destroyed. All characters and intruders currently in the facility die. If the token would go over the time track, simply place it on the last slot. It will be resolved during the game end check. The sequence can still be initiated even when any character has already locked themselves in the isolation room. So if you are in the isolation room and the auto-destruct sequence goes off, you lose!
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was the whole point.
The isolation room is to isolate yourself from the intruders. It does not protect you from the whole place exploding.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That actually makes
that tracks.
The only thing that protects you from the whole place exploding is getting in a pod and leaving, or getting to the building that is not part of the facility, which is the bunker. The bunker. Yes.
John Hammond's bunker.
Mm-hmm. In case of an emergency, characters may use the cargo sending system, CSS, to escape from the facility. Characters may enter a CSS pod using the cargo sending system room action. They have to be in the appropriate room, and the time token has to be on the slot marked with the CSS token, which are those little things.
That say CSS on them?
Yes, exactly. The CSS things. Only one character may be present in a given CSS pod at the same time, so you can't share. After entering a CSS pod, discard all your cards and pass the turn, resolving all appropriate effects. Then place your character's miniature in the corresponding CSS pod space. At the event phase, your character will try to evacuate using the CSS pod. Characters in CSS pods are unaffected by any game effects unless specified otherwise. Launching CSS pods. CSS pods are launched automatically during the event phase in the round marked by a CSS token. At the launch CSS pod step, reveal the CSS token and resolve the corresponding effect. Characters in the corresponding CSS pod space evacuates. When your character evacuates, remove your character miniature from the game. Characters who didn't evacuate are returned to the corresponding cargo sending system rooms and suffer 1 serious wound. So there's like an A, B, and a C, and if you jam yourself into a pod and it doesn't reveal on the track, you don't get launched and you take a damage.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
There's only 3 pods.
Yeah, it looks like it.
3 pods in a bunker.
Yeah, there's a launch an A, a launch a B, and a launch a C, and then there's also a launch all, and then there's no launch on there as well. So you you're gambling.
A lot of death.
Mhm.
A lot of death here.
Man, I chose the wrong place to be a janitor.
The bunker, in ways to exit the bunker, is one of the safe spaces the characters may try to escape the facility. In order to escape to the bunker, characters must fulfill the following conditions. The character must be in the exit room. Exit room is the room 002 on the basic side of the board. Mm-hmm. I think it's just that.
002.
No. The main gate must be open. The rover is in the facility, or the character has an enviro suit. There is no intruder in the room with the character. In such cases, the character may use the escape the facility action. Escape the facility action. If there's a rover in the exit room, simply move the rover with your character to the bunker. You manage to escape safely. Place your character in the bunker to mark this. Only one character may occupy the rover. If you have an enviro suit, perform a noise roll. If any intruder shows up in this room, your attempt at escaping the facility fails. If no intruder appears, you may escape the facility and move your character to the bunker. Place your character in the bunker. You are now in the bunker. Otherwise, you are unable to perform this action. You have escaped. If you have escaped, you do not take part in the game any longer. You will find out if you have won during the victory check at the end of the game. Neat. The main gate. At the beginning of the game, the main gate located next to the bunker is closed. As long as it is closed, it is impossible to enter the bunker by any means to get into the bunker. The main gate opens during the game in one of the following cases: when the first character dies by using certain items, actions in the exit room, or the auto-destruction token is flipped to the red side. Actions that open doors do not affect the main gate in any way. Okay. The rover. The rover used to be a way for the facility crew to get around the surface. Now it can be used to escape the facility safely. The rover at the start of the game is placed next to the exit room and can be used during the escape the facility action explained earlier. If the rover was already used, it can be moved remotely back to the facility using computer action. It can also be moved away from the facility if you're really naughty.
What happened to the rover? Oh, God.
Contingency. Contingency is a result of how the corporation deals with the characters after the events of the facility. As the first step of the victory check, the active contingency will be resolved for all players with the possibility of killing some of them. It is in the player's best interest to find out how to best protect themselves from the contingency procedure throughout the course of the game. To do this, one has to figure out the contingencies held by the other players and those present in the neutral pool, and by a process of elimination, deduce what the active contingency is. So we will not know what the active contingency is. Information about contingencies can be traded, given, and lied about. Important, the active contingency will stay secret until the end of the game, and its contents may not be checked until then.
Okay.
Okay. Information on each player's individual contingency token can be secretly examined by that player at any time, even right now.
Oh yeah. Alright.
Recommend using help cards, but must never be shown to other players, just like objectives. You may trade this information verbally or otherwise. Contingency reference cards can be used to facilitate this secretly between two players. And then there is this help card contingencies that tell you all of the contingencies. So there's a kill all in the isolation room. Bunker and CSS pods are safe. There's one of those. There's two, kill all who did not send the signal. CSS pods are always safe. And there's two of kill all who have 4 or less knowledge. CSS pods are safe. There's one that is save all, isolation room, bunker, and CSS pods are safe. And then there's a kill all in CSS pods, isolation room, and bunker are safe.
There's a lot of kill.
People die.
A lot of death. Yeah, this isn't going to be a
We only
rosy
get one
ending.
life, right?
Yeah.
YOLO.
Acquiring information, contingencies other than the active contingency can be peeked at using various game effects. Using a computer action, you can peek at all the contingencies of any other player in the same section as you are in. Using the archive and alert room actions, you can peek at one contingency token from the neutral pool and obtain this contingency token. Dying characters. When a character dies, all of their contingency tokens are returned to the neutral pool. Alert procedure. Divide the number on which the time token is placed by 2, rounding down. Place the alert procedure token on this slot of the time track. The game ends instantly when the time token leaves the slot containing the alert procedure token. After activating the alert room, the isolation room opens up immediately. Flip its tile to the side with the room action up. From now on, characters may lock themselves in there, even if the time token is not on any white slot of the time track. What the fuck? We're getting very close. Then we'll go over the victory check. Yeah, there's one more page to read, and then we get to the flow of the game, and then what we do with our actions and everything like that.
I still don't know what these are for yet.
So I will read the end of the game, and then we'll take a break. End of the game. The game ends when one of the following conditions is met. The time token reaches its final S, red slot of the time track. The facility is purged by the corporation's forces, regardless of the active contingency. All characters in the facility who are not in the isolation room die. The time token is on the same slot as the red auto-destruction token and has to advance further, or you are instructed to place a 13th fire marker or an 11th malfunction marker. So those 3 things will kill you or end the game. The facility explodes and all characters in the facility die, including those who have used the isolation room. Intruders also die and their queen is killed, and this may be important for some objectives. And the last living character in the facility dies, uses the isolation room, flees to the bunker, or uses a CSS pod. There's nothing more to do in the facility, so the game ends. The auto-destruction sequence is active. Move the time token to the slot with the auto-destruction token. If not, move the time token to the final red slot of the time track. In both cases, resolve the effects of these tokens as described above. If the alert procedure is active, move the time token to the slot with the alert procedure token, and then resolve it. In the unlikely case where both the alert procedure and auto-destruction sequence were active, they both count as the way of ending the game for objective purposes. If one of the conditions above is met and at least one character survived, either locked in the isolation room, safe in the bunker, or evacuated in a CSS pod, go to the victory check step. So then you check the contingency, reveal all active contingency tokens, apply their effects. Contamination check. Each living character, either locked in the isolation room, safe in the bunker, or evacuated in a CSS pod, checks their contamination cards. The player uses the scanner, doink, to check all the contamination cards in their action deck, discard pile, and hand. If there is at least one infected card, they resolve step B. If a player has a larva on their character board, they skip this step and resolve step B immediately. Infected players shuffle all their cards, both action and contamination, to create a new action deck, and then draw the top 4 cards. If there is at least one contamination card, infected or not, the character dies. If not, they luckily survive.
I think I'm going to use this as my model.
Oh,
That'll be my character.
is that the? Do you
Looks like
remember?
Looks like it's pool dancing.
He's doing pull-ups. Remember in Men in Black?
Yeah.
He's just doing pull-ups. That one's got a hanky.
Shoots the little girl.
He's got allergies.
She's got some quantum physics books in.
She is up to something.
This model doesn't lay flush because the claw, for whatever reason, goes below the base.
Oh no!
There's an identical one, and it lays flush, but this one doesn't.
Rude. Objective check. Each player whose character is still alive at the end step must check if they accomplish their chosen objective. They all review their objective cards of the other players and check if they have met all the requirements. If you have completed your objective and have failed neither contingency nor contamination check, you are the winner. There can be more than one winner in a game of Nemesis Lagon. However, it is unlikely that anyone will win.
Nice.
Wow.
I had
After all this.
No, it just sounds because you have to like not be in the wrong room, not get blown up, not have the contingency melt you, not be infected, not get eaten by monsters, and complete your objective.
It's unlikely.
It's very
So you can't just like.
it's very stacked against the player. It's not unlikely. It's just
So you couldn't do the Price is Right equivalent of bidding on one and just like immediately leave and hope everyone else dies.
Right.
well, that's the thing is you can do that, and if that's like your objective, and you do that and complete your objective without failing any of the other conditions, then yeah, you should do that and you win. Like if you have to go and like blow everything up and you activate the auto destruction sequence and like that's your only objective or whatever, and then you just do that and then ghost, like that could be how you win the game. And you can end the game before other players. The character uses a CSS pod, isolates, or dies, and they can no longer actively participate in the game and can only spectate. At the end of the game, the characters that are still alive determine if all their objectives have been met, and thus they have won or not. All right. Should we break and then we'll get into the flow of the game?
Sure. I think that'd be good.
Okay.
All right. So we've set up the board and gotten through most of the rules. Stick with us. We'll be right back. We're just going to take a quick bio break. Thank you for joining us here on the dropship. So
Whip out the urinals.
yeah, break screen. Thank you for sticking with us, everybody. We're back for more, or the beginning of, Nemesis.
Alright, so now we're getting into the flow of the game. The game is played over a series of consecutive rounds, and each ends when any of the end game conditions are met. So, round order, each round is split into 2 consecutive phases. The player phase and then the event phase. Player phase, resolve the following steps. Draw action cards. At the start of each player phase, all players draw cards from their action deck until they have a hand size of 5 cards. If at any time you are required to draw a card and your deck is empty, first shuffle the cards in your discard pile to form a new action deck. Then draw the required number of cards. First player tokens. After all players have drawn their action cards, the player with the first player token, me, passes it to the player on their left, you. Each time the players are required to do anything in order, start with the player with the first player token, then continue in the clockwise order. Player turns. Starting with the first player and going clockwise, each player performs a turn of 2 actions. Continue performing turns in order until all players have passed, and then go to the event phase. If a player cannot or chooses not to take any actions on their turn, they must pass. If they perform only 1 action instead of the required 2, their second action is to pass. Once a player passes, they cannot perform any action for the remainder of the phase. When a player passes, they may discard any number of cards from their hand. Then they flip their help card to the pass side.
Oh.
Ah.
Passing counts as an action in the player turn. Event phase. 4. Launch CSS. If there is a CSS token, remove the time token, reveal it, and check which CSS pods are launched. Time track. Move the time token on the time track by 1 slot to the right and resolve it. And resolve the following steps. Check if you have to resolve auto-destruction, sequence, and alert procedure. On power thresholds, check if the power has to be reduced. Noise removal. In sections with power, remove all noise markers in the corridors not connected to the rooms with characters. Do not remove noise markers from the technical corridor space. 7. Intruder attacks. Each intruder in the same room as a character performs an attack. Intruder fire damage. Each intruder in the same room as a fire marker suffers 1 injury. Resolve event cards. Draw and resolve 1 event card. Intruder movement. All intruders sharing the intruder symbol shown on the event card that are not in a room with any characters move to a neighboring room through the corridor matching the number on the event card. If there are 2 numbers on the event card, move the appropriate intruder types through the corridor sharing the first number and then through the corridor sharing the second number. If the number indicates a technical corridor, remove that intruder miniature from the board and put its corresponding intruder token in the intruder bag. If the number indicates a corridor with a door, the intruder does not move. The door is destroyed. Event effects. After the intruder movement step, resolve the event described on the event card. Some event cards have an additional effect resolved only in sections without power. In most cases, these effects are marked with a special darkness layout shown above. An effect marked with this layout is applied in addition to regular event cards. After resolving the event card, discard it into the event discard pile. In rare cases, the event deck runs out of cards. Shuffle the discarded event cards. They become the new event deck. Intruder bag development. Draw 1 intruder token from the intruder bag. The effect depends on the drawn token. So larva, remove this token from the intruder bag and add 1 adult token to the intruder bag. Creeper, remove this token from the intruder bag and add 1 breeder token to the intruder bag. Adult, return the adult intruder token to the intruder bag. All players perform a noise roll in order. If a player's character is in combat with an intruder, they do not perform a noise roll. Breeder, return the breeder token to the intruder bag. All players perform a noise roll in order. If a player's character is in combat, they do not perform a noise roll. Queen, return the queen intruder token to the intruder bag. If there are any characters in the nest, place the queen miniature there and resolve an encounter. Otherwise, or if the nest is undiscovered, add an additional egg token on the laboratory board. Blank. Return the blank token to the intruder bag. Add 1 adult intruder token into the intruder bag. If there are none available, nothing happens. And then end of the round. You start a new round. Wow! The round ends after the intruder bag development step has been fully resolved, including any encounters, surprise attacks, etc. And then a new round starts with the player phase, and all players draw their action cards. Exciting! All right.
What the hell are these for?
We still haven't even gotten to that.
No! They're timers. They're counters. For what?
What are they
It's not important, Jake. During each of their turns, players can perform various actions. There are 4 groups of actions in the game. Basic actions, actions from the action cards, actions from the item cards, actions from the room tiles. Action symbols, there's the numbers 0, 1, and 2. Action costs. Each action displays an action symbol. The number in any given action symbol indicates the cost of performing the action. In order to pay the cost, the player must discard the exact number of action cards from their hand. Discarded cards are placed face up in the discard pile. Combat symbols. Some actions and items specify when they may be used. In combat only, it'll have a gun. The character may perform this action only in combat. Out of combat only, it'll have a gun with an X on it. The character may perform this action only when they are not in combat. If a given action is not marked by any of the symbols above, this action may be performed in both situations. Basic actions. Regardless of combat, movement. For 1, move your character miniature to the neighboring room. Apply all the movement basic rules. Out of combat, careful movement. For 2, works exactly like movement, but instead of performing a noise roll after moving, place a noise marker in a chosen corridor connected to the room you are entering. If there's a noise marker in all the corridors connected to the room you want to move to, you cannot perform a careful movement. You cannot perform careful movement if you are in combat. That's why it's in the out of combat section. Pick up heavy object. For 1, you can pick up 1 heavy object present in the room you are in. It can be a character corpse, an intruder carcass, or an intruder egg.
But not a live character.
Mm-mm.
So if I wanted to use the carcass as a skin, would that be heavy movement?
Yeah, that would be picking up a heavy object.
Oh, okay.
Trade. Start trade with all characters in the same room as your character. Players may, with mutual consent, reveal and exchange with each other any item cards and object cards they want to trade. Even though several players may take part in the trade, with or without the active player, the only player that performs the action is the one that started it. A player can choose to give an item card or an object without asking anything in return.
What about dead players?
No.
They don't.
They don't do anything. They don't take action. Once you're dead, you are...
No, but can you loot a corpse is what I'm asking.
It doesn't say that. Craft item. Discard 2 item cards showing the appropriate blue component symbols to gain a crafted item card with the same component symbols, but in gray color as the item you have discarded. In combat, you can shoot for 1, attack an intruder with an energy classic weapon in your character's hand, discarding an ammo marker from that weapon's card. You can only shoot intruders in the same room as your character. Melee attack. Attack an intruder with your bare hands or anything you can improvise. You can only attack intruders in the same room as your character. And there's another reference. Each character has their own partially unique set of 10 action cards representing the actions that can be performed by this character. The description of each action is detailed on the corresponding action card. To perform an action from an action card, discard this card from your hand face up and pay its cost. By paying its cost, that means discarding additional action cards. So everybody can take their action deck and shuffle it.
Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle.
And then I drew the first 5.
Yep. And you can draw the 5 cards that you will need. Example of an action card is showing the janitor's cleanup card. So in the top right corner, it'll show a icon. It shows the no gun, so it can't be done in combat. Action cost, which is the thing in that little square on the left side. The cleanup one shows it as 0. So you don't have to discard action cards from your hand to be able to perform it. Action effect, which is the text in the first thing, and then 4 shows that this action can be performed in one of 2 ways. So it'll give you a thing, and then it'll say or, and then there's a second thing that you can do. And then actions from item cards. Some item cards allow a character to perform specific actions. Those descriptions are on the item cards. Actions from room tiles. Most of the rooms allow a character to perform a specific action. The description of each room action is provided on the room sheet. In computer actions, the computer actions deck starts the game with 1 card revealed.
Who?
I don't know.
I'm not even sure that was the right question. Who? What?
Computer actions.
Think we'll get through the time tonight?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I can feel it. It's coming.
Put the computer actions here. Reveal 1. Whenever a lockdown card is revealed from this deck, immediately resolve it. So each character that is in a section with power and in a room with a computer may use a computer action to perform one of the 3 actions listed on the revealed computer card. Place this card at the bottom of the deck afterwards and reveal the next card to the top of the deck. If it's a lockdown, resolve it immediately. Movement and exploration tokens. Rooms and corridors. Rooms are connected by corridors that allow both characters and intruder miniatures to move between them. Neither characters nor intruders can ever stop in corridors for any reason, i.e., miniatures can only be placed in rooms, and the effects of moving through any given corridor are resolved after moving into the room. Character actions can only be performed in rooms. Special rooms, like alert room, elevator rooms, or emergency staircases, are treated as normal rooms, the only difference being that they have no item counters, i.e., search cannot be used while in one, and are printed on the board. Facilities and sections. The facility is divided into 3 sections, S01, S02, and S03.
Mm-hmm.
According to their position on the board, each section is marked with a different color outline that matches the color of the corridors and rooms. On the basic side of the board, the sections are separated by the emergency staircases. When the game mentions a section in an effect modifying power, treat an elevator power token as a separate 4th section. Yep. Movement action. This is the most common action used to move around the facility. A movement action allows a character to move to a neighboring room. 2 rooms are considered neighboring when they are directly connected by a corridor. Closed doors can block the neighboring status for the purpose of player's movement. After entering a room, always resolve the following steps. If the room tile is unexplored, face down, turn it face up. Then reveal and resolve the exploration token lying on that room tile. If a character enters an empty room, explored or unexplored, with neither characters nor intruders, perform a noise roll. If another character or intruder is already in the room the character is entering, do not perform a noise roll. Other movement actions. Some of the actions allow a character to perform movement, but modify its rules in some way, like careful movement, facility tour, and vents. There's a bunch of examples. Exploration tokens. In Nemesis Lockdown, there are 2 types of exploration tokens, underground and surface. Surface exploration tokens are used only on the alternative side of the board. And we are not using the alternative side of the board. The front side of each exploration tokens display a number indicating the amount of items in a given room, a special effect symbol. They resolved in the following way. 1, set up the amount of items in the room. After revealing the exploration token, rotate the room tile until the number shown on the token faces the item counter symbol placed on the board. So there's these little arrows, and like this one right there.
Oh.
So there will be you basically rotate this. So if this said like 3, you'd rotate this, like the number 3 is corresponding to that, and that dictates like what stuff goes on for whatever. After revealing the exploration, rotate the room tile and the number shown, counter symbol pointed on the board next to the room tile slot. This is the exact amount of items that can be obtained from this room. Resolve special effects. An exploration token may generate the following effects. Silence. Nothing happens. Do not perform a noise roll for this movement. If the character has a slime marker on their character board, then resolve danger instead. If this token was revealed due to a careful movement, you still place a noise marker. Danger. Do not perform a noise roll for this movement. If there is an intruder in the neighboring room and it is not in combat with any character, move it to this room. If there is more than one intruder eligible, move them all. Keep in mind that an intruder trying to move through a corridor with closed doors will destroy them instead of moving. If there are no intruders in any of the neighboring rooms, or if they are in combat, place a noise marker in each corridor connected to this room without a noise marker already present, including technical corridors, if there is an entrance in the room. If this token was revealed due to a careful movement, you will still resolve the danger effect. Then there's slime. Place a status marker in the indicated slot of your character board to show that they have been covered in slime. Icky. Fire. Place a fire marker in this room. Malfunction. Place a malfunction marker in this room. Door. Place a door token in the corridor by which you have entered this room. After resolving an exploration token, remove it from the game. Okay. Noise roll. Noises echo throughout the facility. Sometimes it's the machinery, sometimes it's the intruders. Remember, if you are not moving into a room with either another character or an intruder, you do not perform a noise roll. Okay, if you're moving into a room with either another character or an intruder, you do not perform a noise roll. When you enter a room, roll a noise die and resolve the result. Results of a 1, 2, 3, or 4. This is the noise die.
Looks noisy.
Mm-hmm. Place a noise marker in the corridor with the number corresponding to the results of your noise roll that is connected to the room you have just entered, including technical corridors, if there is an entrance in the room. Yeah! Whoa!
Bless you.
Any given corridor may never hold more than one noise marker. If you are instructed to place a noise marker in a corridor that already contains one, resolve an encounter instead. Danger. The roar. If there's an intruder in a neighboring room and it is not in combat with any character, move it to this room. If there's more than one intruder eligible, move them all. Keep in mind that an intruder trying to move through a corridor with closed doors will destroy them instead of moving. If there are no intruders in any of the neighboring rooms, place a noise marker in each corridor connected to this room that does not already have a noise marker. Silence. Nothing happens. No noise marker is placed. If the character has a slime marker on their character board, then they resolve danger instead. So don't get slimed. Is what I'm.
Bad news.
Yeah.
That's the crux of what
I shouldn't actively seek out the slime.
Yeah, don't get
It's not like
slimed.
Nickelodeon.
My gosh, I really like that slime. I think it would look good on my face.
Even if the noise marker. These are the noise markers. Noise clarifications. Even if the noise marker blue glows in the is in the corridor with the closed door, it affects the whole corridor. Noise markers never affect only a part of a corridor on one side of the door.
I'd see 2 more pages of rules.
And there is
3, 4.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. We got this. Additional notes about intruder and movement. Intruders move at different times of the game. A lot of this stuff is based on, So these are slimes. Noise.
I don't know. Not that way, of course. noisy with all that goes on.
Flames.
Oh, yeah.
Malfunction.
It's like a broken gear. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. The only function in the noise markers is to mark the corridors the purpose of the noise roll rule. As long as the character has a slime marker on their character board, each silence result of a noise roll, it should be instead considered as a danger. Slime markers are universal status markers placed on the slime slab of the character board. Character may only have one slime marker at a time, and if they are instructed to get another, nothing happens. Fire markers have 3 functions. They wound characters ending their turns in the rooms on fire. They deal injuries to intruders, and they may cause the whole facility to explode.
Huh.
Every
So
time.
fire bad.
Well, fire hurts the bads also, so fire could be okay. You don't want too many
Not too much fire.
because it's like
It's a healthy amount of fire.
yeah.
Right.
You can have 13 fires or
Moderate
like
portion.
11 malfunctions because malfunctions will also explode everything in the game. Every time a character ends a turn in a room with fire marker, they get 1 light wound during each event phase. During the fire damage step, each intruder present in a room with a fire marker suffers 1 injury, which I believe those spinners are for.
Life counters.
For the intruders, yep.
Oh.
There are 12 fire markers in the game. If you are instructed to place a fire marker and there are no more markers in the pool, the facility explodes and the game ends. Any room may never have more than 1 fire marker. If you are instructed to place another one, nothing happens. A fire marker may be placed in an unexplored room. Any discarded fire marker goes back to the fire marker pool.
I'll make a
Where
pool.
it's extinguished.
I will make a pool of fire for fire markers.
Malfunction markers have 2 purposes. They prevent you from using this room's actions, and they may cause the facility's destruction, meaning everything on the board dies. If there is a malfunction mark in a room, that room's action is no longer available. The search action works normally, though. Various action cards, like the repair action cards, and items, like the tool belt item card, may be used to discard a malfunction. There are 10 malfunction markers in the game. If you are instructed to place a malfunction marker, and there are no more malfunction markers in the pool, the base is destroyed and everybody dies.
Oh.
Yes.
Any given room may never hold more than 1 malfunction. Any discarded malfunction goes back to the pool. If there's a malfunction marker in a room with a computer, the computer is unavailable. Treat that room as if there is no computer symbol. Door tokens are only placed in corridors. Each corridor may never hold more than 1 door. Door tokens do not affect the noise markers. Doors in each corridor can have 3 different statuses: open, closed, or destroyed. Many things can change their status, like intruder movement, events, actions, etc. Closed doors are marked with a standing door token in the corridor. A closed door prevents characters and intruders moving through this corridor. When 1 or more intruders try to move through a corridor with a closed door token, the intruders do not move but destroy this door instead, as it is said many times already. This token includes intruders attempting to move due to the danger result of a noise roll. Destroyed doors are marked with a lying door token. Movement is allowed through this corridor. A destroyed door can never be closed again. Open doors. To mark that a door token is open, simply remove the door token from the corridor. At the beginning of the game, all corridors have open doors. Encounter in combat. When do we play? Encounter. An encounter is any instance of an intruder appearing on the board in a room where a character is present. First encounter is a critical gameplay moment because players have to choose one of their objective cards and discard the other. To resolve an encounter, follow the steps listed below. Discard all noise markers from all the corridors connected to this room. Draw 1 intruder token from the intruder bag. Each intruder token has an intruder symbol on one side and 1 or 2 numbers on the opposite side. 1 is used if you're in the section with power, other if you are in the section without power. Place an intruder miniature in the room. The intruder type must correspond to the intruder symbol shown on the token. For a description of each intruder symbol, see the intruder board. Compare the corresponding number on the intruder token with the number of cards in a player's hand. Actions and contamination cards are counted. If the number of action cards in the player's hand is lower than the number on the intruder token, a surprise attack occurs. If the number of action cards is equal to or higher, nothing happens. Put the drawn intruder tokens aside. may be returned to the bag if an intruder of that type hides, by e.g. by entering the technical corridors during the intruder movement. Neat.
Jake, try to look interested.
Oh! Are you seeing this?
Do y'all want to play something different?
No, not at this
Not,
point.
not now! Oh my
You
god!
better be playing this game now, man.
So if we do,
That's me.
if we
I'm
die,
in this room.
we die.
Oh, yeah.
If we do this, we die.
If you die,
If we do that, we die.
Yeah.
And if you don't do this,
You die.
A surprise attack is an intruder attack which only occurs during an encounter if the player has fewer cards in their hand than the number printed on the drawn intruder token. A surprise attack takes place.
surprise.
Blank token. If a player draws a blank token, place a noise marker in each quarter connected to the room which this encounter took place. The blank token was the last token in the intruder bag. Add one adult intruder token to the intruder bag. If there are no adult intruder tokens available, nothing happens. Return the blank token to the intruder bag. This encounter ends. Entering a room with an intruder. Each character enters a room occupied by an intruder. Do not resolve an encounter. The intruder and the character are immediately considered to be in combat.
Cue Final Fantasy battle music.
Before you said something, I was totally asleep.
You went to sleep?
that close.
No. Yeah. Well, this is a lengthy rule session. So, whenever both the character and intruder are in the same room, they are considered to be in combat. A character may attack an intruder or escape during their action turn. Intruders attack characters during the event phase. Character attacks intruder. Character may attack an intruder with the same room, shoot, or melee action during the turn. Shoot action. If a character is in a room with an intruder and has an energy classic weapon with at least one ammo, they may perform a basic shoot action. Choose a weapon and one intruder you want to shoot. Discard one ammo from the weapons card. Roll the combat die. And this is the combat die.
Ooh. Looks like you can hit twice.
Mm-hmm. There's two of them. It's all these dice.
A lot of this.
A blank is miss. If your target is a larva or a creeper, deal one. So there's now. Your target is a larva or a creeper. Deal one injury to your target. If not, you miss. If your target is a larva, a creeper, or an adult intruder, deal one injury to your target. If not, miss. Deal one injury to your target, regardless of the intruder type, or deal two injuries to your target, regardless of the intruder type. Advantage die. Advantage die is a special type of combat die. All effects which mention a combat die are applicable to the advantage die. When shooting in a section with power, players must use the advantage die instead of the normal one. This die introduces two new results. There's a discard an action card, deal one injury to your target. And then there's a discard one action to deal two injuries instead. So it deals one, or you can discard to deal two. Melee attack action is the exact same. So we're not going to do that. Character escape. A character may try to escape
If you
from combat.
resort to like punching something like this.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Maybe like they look freakish, but they're not really good at doing anything.
There's snowflakes. That's what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Paper tigers.
Yeah.
Grr.
Character escape. A character may also try to escape from combat by performing a basic movement action to go to a neighboring room. Before you move your miniature, resolve an intruder attack. If your character survives, you end your movement in the neighboring room. If you die, place a character corpse token in the room you tried to escape from. Neat. Intruder injuries and death. When an intruder suffers injuries, place the corresponding number of injury markers on its base. Then check the injury effect. Larva and egg. One injury is enough to kill them. Creeper or adult intruder. Draw one intruder attack card. Ignore everything on this card except the blood symbol in the upper left corner of the card. The number of blood symbol on the card is equal to or lower than the current number of injury markers on this intruder. It is killed. Remove its miniature and place one intruder carcass token in the room where it was slain, indicating intruder carcass object. Otherwise, the intruder is still alive. Breeder or queen, draw two intruder attack cards, add the value of their blood symbols, and then compare the total to the current number of injury markers on the intruder. Resolve the result using the same methods as above for the creeper and adult intruder. Intruders might seem savage, but they are not mindless. They can run away if they suffer too many wounds, or if someone is lucky enough to damage one of their vulnerable parts. During an injury effect check, if there's a retreat arrow in the blood symbol of any of the drawn intruder attack cards, the intruder flees. Draw an event card and move the intruder through the corridor whose number appeared in the intruder movement section of the event card, and then discard the event card. Any injury markers assigned to the retreating intruder remain with that intruder. However, should an intruder retreat to a technical corridor, remove those wounds when you remove the miniature. Jesus Christ. Take another break. Intruder attack.
It's 8:30. We're gonna be almost.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
These power objects and items. Room sheet. Game modes. All right. How do we start? It didn't tell. Like I looked. And
Player
it?
one goes first.
Well, first you gotta pick which objective card you're gonna.
No, you don't.
keep, right?
You don't pick the objective until the first encounter.
Yeah, Incanto.
Oh,
You just paid attention.
even when he was sleeping.
That's how I absorb the material.
Okay, so everybody draws their 5, which we've
Did.
done.
Done.
The first player token is passed to the player on the left.
Don't you go
Wait,
first?
you
I
go
thought
first.
No.
It says player. It did say player one goes first, and then you
And
pass
then
that
you
token.
pass it.
Right.
Okay. Player turns. Each player plays in a clockwise order. 2 actions, or 1 action and pass, or pass. So these cards will indicate where you start at. I start in the isolation room.
You
Yeah.
start in the isolation room. Isn't that where you're?
It says Nemesis Survivor. Starting items none. Starting room isolation room. Starting knowledge 3. Quest item whale.
Wow.
No whale. Whale.
Where do you start?
The suppository. Oh, sorry. Repository.
Went into the wrong end of that room, huh?
But a bunch.
Use the back door. It's where I am over here. I'm in the repository as well.
Can we be friends?
According to this game, we are not friends.
You can be on the other side of the.
I thought it was an option.
No.
Right, you can do things that do help other people.
Depends on your objective, I guess.
Like, yeah. All right, so the first player token passed, and then player turns. Each player goes in clockwise order. Help cards. Help cards.
Help me cards.
I thought it'd be a neat one that is like basic actions. Discard 1 action card from your hand to perform 1 basic action. 2. Discard 2 actions will perform a character movement.
So out of the possible 2 actions that you can take, it's got to be from these cards, and then once we get through these 5 cards, do we just
You draw more.
reshuffle the whole thing? And
Right. You can discard
Well-
any amount at the end of your turn, and then at the beginning of next turn you draw up to
draw up to 5.
so your hand has 5.
Yeah.
And you can do 2 actions, and these have like the action cost on them.
That means discard.
Some are 0, some are 1, some are 2. I don't have any.
Rules, 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 rules. Everybody remember all the rules.
Right here.
Just like all my college lectures.
Movement and exploration. That's what we'll be doing first. So, in order to move, I will need to discard 1 card. Boop. Move your character miniature to the neighboring room, applying all the movement basic rules.
Looks like you've got options.
Yeah, let's go over here. Applying all the movement basic rules.
Well, there's nothing in that conduit yet. There's nothing in the like you got to make a noise roll. You got to
All right.
flip over the tile.
Moving around the facility is one of the basic activities for characters. Characters will roam through the facility, do their things. Rooms and corridors. Character action. Movement action. Most common movement action around the facility is movement. Movement action allows the character to move to a neighboring room. The 3 rooms are considered neighboring when they're connected by corridors. After entering a room, always resolve the following steps. If this room tile was unexplored, face down. Turn it face up. Woo!
We are making progress.
We did one! Then reveal and resolve the exploration token. There's a number 2. So we will turn this to 2. And there's a fire. Bullshit.
Already.
He didn't start it.
It was always burning, even before the room was turning.
Well, it happened after it turned.
Yeah. If a character enters an empty room, perform a noise roll.
I figured you'd be screaming from all the fire.
That's where the noise comes from.
And then this noise marker will go into the corridor with the number 2 there, because I rolled a 2. All right. I did this.
But okay, so when you moved,
I discarded that.
oh, you discarded it.
Yeah, because it requires. So there's these basic actions on your square over there.
Yeah.
So if it has a 1 in that box, that means it requires you to discard 1 action card of like any action card to pay for that. These are not only the actions that you get to do, but they're also your resources.
Gotcha.
And then you get to do 2 of them. So I have done that, and now I'm going to I'm going to do a search. So I reduce the item counter by 1. Neat. And now I get 2 item cards the same color as the room that I'm in. It's that color.
What color is it?
I don't know. This is white-ish.
Oh, the gray.
Yeah. So I get 2 of these. I'm gonna pick one. And then this gets discarded.
Did you already pass a token on to him?
That won't happen until the next round.
Right.
I'm still the first player.
I see.
Did you do both of your actions or just one?
I did both actions.
You
You
moved
move
it.
Oh, you
and then
moved. You
search.
moved. I'm sorry. I forgot about the movement.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to move and discard this to do it, right? Discard a card to move?
Yep, if you look on your character card there, it shows you where you're supposed to put your draw and discard piles. It's on the left and
Action
right.
cards deck and action cards discard.
That could help you organize it. You can literally do whatever you would like to do. I'm not going to.
He's gonna silently judge it. Don't.
Yes, I
Don't
am.
let
I'm gonna play the game how it's supposed to be played. Anyway, I'm gonna go to this room.
I would like to
here.
think that we are going to do that, but we are likely going to not do it. It's the nature of the beast.
Sorry, I
You're
rotated that. Okay, so do I do a noise check first?
Alright, since you're exploring a new room, you do a noise.
Well, so what's the number on that card?
3.
So this gets moved to 3. Counter.
That determines the orientation of the.
Yep. Is there any other symbols on it?
Yeah.
Is a door. The
One of these.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the door go, Jake?
Yeah. Where's the door go?
Okay. It goes into the corridor where you entered the room.
Ah. So.
Here.
Yeah.
Yep. You can just put it like right in the middle-ish.
So what does the door indicate?
Now that door is closed, so to enter it, you either have to open it or destroy it.
Or break it down.
And opening it's an action.
Yep.
Or break it down.
Well,
actually,
I won't give that part away. Have a card that helps that up.
no. So did you roll your noise?
uh-oh.
I
Sure.
hit Susie with it. Susie, where'd it go? I can't see. It's by your foot. It's a 4. Ah.
So the noise
One.
token is.
Alright, so you'll take this token and put it on the corridor that has a 1.
That?
Well,
Is there nothing there?
That would be.
I believe that's a technical corridor.
Are you making a joke?
No.
Oh.
It's technically a corridor. Or something, I don't know.
There's certain actions that
That-
can be done with technical
Yeah.
corridors.
So how do I know if there's like a computer in the room? Is
Because
that-
it'll show a computer picture on the on that room. It looks like there isn't.
Okay.
Whatever that symbol is the item that you can get. And then yeah.
I'm going to search. So that goes in
The discard, yep.
discard. And then it costs 0, so I don't have to discard anything else.
Yep. And then you get to pick whatever item that is. So what are these? You get 2 of those, and then you pick one and discard the other.
Okay. Did these get shuffled?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Do the exact same thing. So.
Yeah, they're probably not shuffled well, just because it's the nature of
First time out of
new
the box,
stuff.
yeah.
So since they're not, since it's likely that items and stuff like that aren't shuffled well because the small cards are always going to be a pain in the ass to shuffle, and it's always hard to randomize this stuff right out the box unless you do it a specific way. What you can do is just pick 2 out of any position of the deck, or you can give it a little shuffle before you pick, or after you've picked one, just to make sure that you're not getting the exact same thing.
I'll shuffle it for everyone else.
Oh, okay.
I can do the Magic the Gathering style shuffle where you lay them out.
Mm-hmm. That's the only way to like basically randomize things that are fresh out of the box like that. And then you're done?
I believe so, yeah. 2 actions.
Okay.
Oh, Poopy! Oh my god! You're a dog! Oh, that's so cool! La, 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 la.
Defense control room.
Ooh,
That sounds menacing.
that does sound menacing. What's the X mean?
It marks the spot.
Ah,
But there's a 2.
there's a 2 on it.
So
That's a silence. So that room is silent.
So I don't need to roll a noise thing then?
Yep, nothing happens. Do not perform a noise roll for this movement.
that's,
Unless you slimed. And then that gets discarded. You can just...
Oh,
discard
the token on here?
Yep.
We should probably take the token off this one too.
And put it boop, there. So if you want to give me those tokens, I'll take those.
Okay.
Don't look at my stuff.
Okay. So that's not gonna do anything here. That's not gonna do anything here. I'm in a yellow room. Am I in a yellow room? I don't think so.
It'll show you the icon there. Are you searching? Is that what you're trying to do?
No, it just said the card says if you are in a yellow room.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, I think that's
if it's based on the color of this, it looks
Yeah.
like a red room.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the only thing I can do is says it should work. Use a room action.
The room action is indicated on there. So it says exterminate the threat.
Oh, there's no threat.
Okay. And then it's also a computer room because there's a computer symbol indicated on the thing.
Oh, so I can use the computer then because there's power in this section.
Yes.
So then the top one just happens then when I use the
No.
computer?
Well, yeah, you have to discard a card to use it because it's 1 point.
Right.
Yeah.
And the computer action is gain 1 knowledge or peek at a chosen CSS token or swap 2 chosen power tokens.
I'll take the knowledge. I want to be a smarter janitor.
Okay. Move your token up 1 slot. Did you discard to pay the cost?
Yeah.
Right. Lockdown. When a player reveals this card, they place a malfunction marker in the room. Reshuffle the computer deck, including the discard pile.
Let's pick it up with
Here's this.
I broke it, is what you're telling me.
Yeah. This is why you don't let the janitor use the computer.
Get back on your floor waxer.
Fair enough.
But he is smarter for it now.
I am smarter for it. I used it, but I actually saved it. So.
All right, and your action is done. So it's me.
Yep.
So I'm going to discard to move into this room.
Okay.
Then missed.
Oh, we found it.
That's in the very bottom corner.
Yep. It says 2.
There isn't any.
Oh, there's no numbers.
Mm-mm.
So what do you do when there's no numbers?
It doesn't have items. That's all it is. But there is a malfunction on it, I think.
Malfunction. Okay. So the character who explored this room gains 1 knowledge. Take 1 egg.
Take an egg.
I can take an egg.
Make
Yep.
an omelet.
Yummy.
You can't just make an omelet with 1 egg, but
And I gain 1 knowledge.
Mhm.
I'm red. Okay. So that's my action. That's my first action.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, you want to move your character into the room, though.
Oh, right.
And then noise roll.
Noise roll.
Is that
4.
It's pretty noisy.
Well, it just means that it goes in one of these.
Oh, it's just the
So there's a
break.
1 or 2. 3 and a 4,
It's
and
not
it
the
goes
intensity
into
of
4.
the noise.
Right, it's not like you stepped on a piece of glass.
All right, and one more action.
You can move again.
So, I would like to use the vent.
Okay, you will discard 1 action to be able to perform it.
She's gonna die hard her way out of there.
If you are in a room with a technical quarters entrance, you may move a chosen explored room. Oh, you may move to a chosen explored room with a technical corridor entrance. Draw and resolve an attack card. Treat it as an attack from an adult intruder in darkness. Oh, I don't have a whole lot of choices of where I can go, do I?
No.
Well, where did it say?
Any other explored room that has a technical entrance. So I can hop anywhere into...
Yeah, the other
Mhm.
would be...
Actually, I can go back to
You can go to this
and
one,
this
you
one.
can go to any of those 2.
any of those.
Yep.
Um,
But you do need to discard one of your other action cards in order to pay for it.
oh, because it's got the one on there.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I will do that. And this disc is started too.
Yep.
And I'm going to. There are people in other rooms.
My watch is telling me it's time to stand up. It monitors me. It's so intrusive.
Go here. Right. Tis my action.
And then what is... It said do something, like some kind of attack or something. Like
Oh, right, it did. So, if you're in a technical room with a technical quarters entrance, you may move to a chosen explored room with a technical quarters entrance. Draw and resolve an attack card. Treat it as an attack from an adult intruder in darkness. So I need an attack card.
I don't
I
see
saw-
cards that say attack.
No, is it Night Stalker attack? I mean, I thought we had another kind of attack.
I think that's it, yeah.
The Night Stalker attack, that's all we have?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's about all that's left.
Yes.
Okay. Evolve. Replace the attacking creeper with a breeder if available. I mean, there's no... Oh, but it says treat it as an adult intruder in darkness.
Mm-hmm. But if you look at the bottom, the very bottom box...
The placed breeder attacks.
Ah!
Did it chase you through the vents?
That would suck.
She did go an awful long way in the vent, I imagine.
What kind of baddie was it? A breeder?
That's what it says on here. Evolve. Replace the attacking creeper with a breeder. No, it was a creeper.
Was
And
a
it-
creeper.
And turns into a breeder. But it says to
Kind of
change
just
it.
stand in the hallway.
Treat it as an adult intruder. Treat it as an attack from an adult intruder in darkness.
Yeah, I just don't understand why there's... It refers to monsters as intruders throughout the entire thing,
And then
except for
creeper.
on that deck where it says Night Stalker
Yeah.
instead of intruder.
Does Google know?
Everybody knows. Okay. Intruder attack. Intruder attacks happen in 3 cases. There's a surprise attack, intruder attack, step in the event phase, or characters escape. Each intruder attack follows the steps below. Choose the character as the target of the intruder attack. The intruders always attack the character. It's attacking you, so we don't need any of this. Draw and resolve 1 intruder attack card. If the I'm gonna see that.
The vent card?
No, I'll take that and the that attack deck thing.
This whole deck?
Yeah, I want to see that.
That was, oh, yeah. I didn't have a lot of options. But I could escape through the vents.
Okay. So I think this happens, but what happens is nothing.
Because there's no monster in the room?
No, because the symbol doesn't indicate an adult intruder.
Okay.
It only indicates that whatever level that is, the larva or whatever.
It was
Creeper, yeah.
Mm.
So since there's not an adult intruder action for that attack card, nothing happens to you.
Are you sure?
Because according to this, I treat it as an adult attacker, even though it says.
Yeah, it says an attack from an adult intruder in darkness. Since that card has no action for an adult intruder attack in darkness, it doesn't resolve. So basically, this is the attack. This is what happens in darkness. In addition, and then
But it's not attacking me.
yeah, since there's no adult action on that card, there isn't an attack that resolves on you.
Okay.
Right, if the card would have said adult
Mm-hmm.
attacking.
So then
Yeah,
this still happens.
yeah. So basically, you just put it face up next to that pile. Yeah, just any side. Yeah, that's good.
So we need to have it, assuming it is happening in this room.
It happened in the corridor.
Oh, in the corridor.
Yeah, nothing happens
Oh, okay.
at all. See, like this shows the intruder endurance only used when checking if the intruder dies from damage. The intruder symbols are these. They show all of the different types of intruders that can use this attack when a card is drawn during an intruder attack, either during the event or encounter or event phase. If one of its symbols matches the attacking intruder type, then the attack effect of this card is resolved. Since we were looking for an adult, which is the S one,
Okay.
that wasn't on that card, so that card doesn't resolve. We did it!
All right.
Yay!
End of turn.
All right. So we did the player phase.
Yeah, we do the event phase.
We continue to go.
That's what I thought.
Each player plays in a clockwise order, so they take 2 actions or 1 action and pass, or pass. After passing, a player may discard any number of cards from their hand. Players who pass do not take part in any subsequent turn this round. Repeat step 3 until all players have passed.
Right.
So until all of us can't go anymore.
Yep. I'm going to discard this to move.
Oh, I probably should not refill my hand.
Cheater!
I'm going to discard this to move. See what I get. Put that on a 2. Boink. Then we resolve a danger. That's my last remaining action. Oh, for moving there would notice. That's also a danger. Where'd I put the book? There it is. Noise rule. Danger. If there's an intruder in the neighboring room, move it to this room. If there's more than one intruder eligible. If there are no intruders in any of the neighboring rooms, if they're in combat, place a noise marker in each corridor connected to this room. Noisy, 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 noisy.
You're stepping on bubble wrap or
Stomping
something.
around. Pow, pow, pow.
Knocking shit down.
Yelling loudly.
Hey,
Where'd she go?
All right.
where are the lights out?
Baby in the nights are bare. Uh, 19 noise markers. These only function noise markers to mark corridors for the purpose of the noise roll rule. Don't know what noise does.
Let's make some noise.
It doesn't really say. All right. Oh fuck it.
I assume the noise brought these guys around.
Yeah,
If they were in the field yet.
yeah, but they're not.
Awful close to the nest.
Yeah. You got an egg. Okay. Oh shit.
There's a lot of noise happening over here.
Yeah, and it doesn't really tell you much about the noise tokens. I guess my turn is done.
Like it just doesn't explain the whole mechanic.
No. It tells you when you place them and when you don't place them and all that fun stuff.
Okay.
But it doesn't tell you what they do.
I think I can do this. I'm going to attack.
You suck.
Damn!
I don't know how it works, but I know I have to spend a card.
I don't think you can attack players.
You can't?
Are you sure about that?
Really?
Because I have a gun, and my objective says she can't live.
You're not supposed to tell people that.
I mean, or I'm lying.
Spoiler alert!
There's, I mean, like, just looking at the objective cards, half of them say kill.
Mm-hmm.
And I assume it says other players. So,
I don't know.
it's like, kill all in the isolation room, kill all who did not send a signal, kill all who have 4 or less knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Kill all in the CSS pods.
That's a Pol Pot thing, killing people based on their knowledge.
How much do you know? Too much.
They murdered everybody with glasses.
Of what? When?
Pol Pot. He's a South Asian dictator that did their own cultural reformation, and the whole point was to take them back to an agrarian society when things were simpler. And so it was anybody who might be intelligent is a threat.
Jesus.
So things like glasses got you killed.
That makes sense because it's a pretty.
It's not. Is that
plan.
an association with the Khmer Rouge?
It's maybe there was a book written called like The Killing Fields or something like that. Because
Interesting.
So you
you have
can't
to.
attack a player. All the attack actions only refer to entering combat with intruders. So there's no defined rule set for attacking a player, so I'm going to say that you cannot do it.
But then the creatures don't go into the pods. It says kill all in CSS pods.
Well, that's the contingencies. So when the contingencies resolve, one of the contingencies will kill everybody in CSS pods or in whatever isolation room or anything like that. But those aren't things that you are directly doing in an action to other players. That happens when those contingencies resolve. There's nothing. There are action cards that you have, like this one says. You can discard this card to cancel any action performed by another player in the room you are in, or cancel an interruption action used by another player in your room. So there are actions that you can take to disrupt what other players are doing, but there is no rule set that defines how to perform an attack on another character.
You know, I knew saying that was probably going to reveal my hand, but if I could do that and leave immediately, wouldn't that be the fastest way to, like, win?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so no one holds it against me is what I'm getting at.
Not saying that.
Well, that's the thing too. Is like, since you can't like directly murder a person, there are things that you can do that will cause like CSS pods to be expunged, or you can initiate the auto destruct thing, or fire stuff or whatever.
Okay, well then, I'm going to...
Well, now that we know that you're naughty.
I'm going to move... Come on, everybody here has a naughty objective. Guaranteed.
Mm-mm. I do not.
To where Jake's at. That's just one movement, right?
All of my objectives are to...
I don't think so,
Two nice
because
things.
that's two different numbers.
Because this is like the elevator area, and then that would be.
So it's 2 movement?
I would think so. Yeah. Because if the elevator worked, you could call the elevator from there. Not that I would know how to do that.
Oh, do you have a card that does that?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Even if it doesn't work.
Oh,
Even if
really?
it's powered down. Yeah.
What?
He's a janitor. He
I'm a
knows how
janitor.
things work.
I know how it works. Like la 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 la.
And he's smart janitor because he's got knowledge now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to, I guess, move again.
To the where I'm.
Yeah.
Okay. Now don't be trying to hit me now.
I'm going to murder Jake now.
You can try. I got a nail gun. I'll put it right through your temple.
That might hurt.
That's the end of my turn, right?
2 actions.
Yeah, 2 actions.
Yeah. I am going to not do that one because it's already been established I'm not in a yellow room. However, I'll use that to la 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 la. And then that one too. La 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 la. Now I'm in the stairwell.
And that's your action?
That's it.
I am going to search.
Everybody got a search card but me.
Yeah, you got one somewhere.
Well, it's in there somewhere.
Just didn't
So,
draw
and
it.
that doesn't cost anything to search, right?
Does it say in that box? 0? Nope.
And
It's just a search card.
so
You get a wrench item, I believe is.
Yep,
the
it's a
one.
wrench item,
Yeah.
please.
This room, it turns out I could have drawn any of them because it's got all 3 symbols.
Oh.
Oh.
Fancy.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Poopy.
I'm gonna take this one. Put that one back, but that one is funny. Oh, it's the same one you discarded.
I shuffled them too.
So, that being said, I have another action,
Uh-oh.
right?
Mhm.
I'm gonna search the room again. Grab something else.
2 of the same thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Make sure you were ticking the...
I did.
rotate the... Okay.
I did.
Rotate the what?
Because it was at 3, now
yeah,
it's at
the
2.
room indicates...
How many items you can search.
Yeah. So once you You've done that too many times. Don't know.
I will take that one. Okay. That was my 2 actions.
A fire blanket. Oh, sweet.
That was pretty sweet.
Okay.
I go?
Mm-hmm.
Neato. I'm gonna maneuver.
Is that the same as move?
Yep.
Close. Not quite, but close.
Shit.
That's what you get.
Is it on fire again?
No, there's 4 items in here.
Wow.
That's good.
You would think it would be good until you find out that I got slime.
Ah!
Oh.
Now you make a bunch of noise, don't you?
We were told.
So gross.
No,
I got one too. You ready?
That's funny with slime.
my noise. I dangered again. I have a feeling that all of these dangers are gonna be dangerous.
You think?
Everything is
Why are you
noise.
making so much danger down there?
I'm just sitting there with pots and pans. Well, like, I've got 3 knowledge from the last time that I've survived an encounter with these creatures, so like I know exactly what I'm doing.
You're also a lab rat, so they probably removed part of your brain.
Well, given the stuff that's written about this character, I probably did it myself.
I wonder what would happen if I take it.
Just a little bit farther.
I'm gonna put
Oh,
this in
that's
blip,
things.
and I have passed it. So, yeah.
Okay. Does it take? Do I have to spend anything extra to use an item?
It should say on the card.
Damn it.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yeah. At first, we're not going to be able to do a whole lot, is what I'm guessing.
Okay. Well, I'm doing this anyway. I'm going to use my duct tape and fix the computer in here.
Oh, good for you.
Yep. I was going to use it too, but I can't.
No.
So, let's see. How do you craft an item?
Okay, you have to have the
So you have to have, you have to have items. Duh. You just like spend 2 items and then do stuff. But
Okay.
there is a thing that shows. So these different symbols,
Yep.
to craft specific things.
Interesting. Okay, well, I don't think there's anything else I can do or want to do because I want to stay in this room, so...
In the top left corner of your item, it'll show what resource it is.
This one doesn't have one.
Then it can't be used for crafting.
Okay.
Oh,
I think it's the end of my turn. I use 1 action and pass.
Yep, and I just did mine.
I have no more cards, so I pass.
I'm on a whole.
All right. I think that's a good place to conclude our broadcast.
Yeah. Halfway through the first round. Yeah.
No, we're entering into the event phase, so when we get back,
We're still not done with turn 1.
yeah, it seems like it'll be kind of cool. It's just
Well, just like the last one, the first time you play, you're like, I don't know what
Yeah.
I'm doing. But the next time we add a few more things in, you add a few more things in. We'll get there.
they also recommended to like watch a video
Oh.
that they've done on it, so that's probably what I'm going to do when I get home. I didn't want to like sit here and watch a video while we're doing this, but
Hey, thanks for joining us, everybody. Hold on.
Now tune in.
right,
You want to send us a link for it?
yeah, I'll throw that in the group chat and everything
Yeah.
too. I
There's
just have to
probably
go and find it.
strategies and stuff in there.
Well, let Larson win.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, and Check with us every night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for great programming from the Dropship.
I'm broadcasting tomorrow.
Yes, Jake will be on.
I'm on
tomorrow.
Sundays and Tuesdays.
Assassin's Creed, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Take care, and we'll see you on the next time.